When you need the services of an exorcist, you can't just go with the very first one listed in the yellow pages, or the exorcist typing up their skills in one of those sketchy-looking social media ads. When the devil's inside, and he's trying to hide, who are you gonna call? The Pope's exorcist, of course. I mean, you'd think that the Pope has pretty high standards when it comes to those things. Are you completely burned out on possession/exorcism movies? Because I sure am. And it's not necessarily due to the quantity of these kinds of movies, but the fact that they're all pretty much exactly the same. And I'm sure somebody out there is saying, but Piz, you love slashers. Aren't they a lot alike? When it comes to slashers, most can be traced back to having either been inspired by Halloween or Friday the 13th. And we've seen a great many slashers at least try to alter or subvert that subgenre's trademark tropes, resulting in the creation of all new tropes. When it comes to possession/exorcism movies, there's not been much in the way of innovation since... Anyway, The Pope's Exorcist doesn't stray too far from the elements established by The Exorcist half a century ago at this point. Possessed kid, self-mutilation, blasphemous filth mouth, projectile vomit, lots of growling, contortionism. Is that a word? It is now. Words even appear on the kid's stomach, as if they're being written from inside. And why do all demons have British accents? Have you ever noticed that? Enter Father Gabriel, played by Russell Crowe. He's the Pope's exorcist. Imagine that pressure. The Pope has made you his numero uno in the exorcism department. Father Gabriel is one cool cat. He rides around Rome in his scooter, he plays by his own rules and answers only to the big guy upstairs. He keeps his cool and his sense of humor, even in the face of pure CGI-rendered evil. As a matter of fact, he makes a demon leap out of a man's body and into a pig, simply by daring it. And it wasn't even a double dare. Okay, so the guy wasn't really possessed, but this brings up an interesting topic that the movie somewhat explores. How many reported possessions are the result of a demonic thing? And how many are a product of mental illness, the latter being its own kind of demon? Anywho, we learned that years ago Father Gabriel's expertise was requested. A young woman showed all the signs of possession, but Father Gabriel wrote it off as mental illness. And then bad stuff happened. And like any demon worth its weight in sin, this one uses Father Gabriel's past against him. So the Pope's Exorcist doesn't pull any new tricks out of the possession/exorcism movie bag, or even attempt to subvert expectations. And when it comes to intensity, scares, a sense of threat or menace, if the story ever possessed those things, they were exorcised long ago. However, what the Pope's Exorcist does have in its corner is Russell Crowe. Crowe's Father Gabriel is the kind of priest you'd feel okay with confessing your sins to and then having a few beers with down at the bar. Crowe's charisma and charm carries the bulk of the movie and helps make it watchable, even when what you're watching feels like something you've watched a few dozen times before. The other characters are a bit thin, which is a downer, because I was quite happy to see Alex Essoe in a supporting role. Unfortunately, she spends most of the movie either hysterical, crying, or hysterically crying. Granted, her son is possessed, which has to suck. Daniel Zovatto plays a young priest who's in way over his head. He has a bit of a checkered past, too. The whole vow of celibacy thing, now that's something worth crying over. Zovatto is given a little more to work with than Essoe, and makes the most of it. He holds his own, too, considering he shares the majority of his screen time with Crowe, and manages to not disappear into the background. While The Pope's Exorcist is color by numbers when it comes to the possession/exorcism elements, the movie does wisely shift in the second half into a mystery. And the mystery elements keep things interesting right up to the buddy cop finale. Actually, come to think of it, this movie has a lot of buddy cop moments in it. It kind of feels more like a buddy cop movie than an exorcism possession movie, really. And that's not a bad thing. The Pope's Exorcist won't be anywhere near my top 10 movies of the year list. But I was entertained. If you go into the movie seeking simply entertainment, then The Pope's Exorcist should compel you. If you've seen The Pope's Exorcist, please let me know your thoughts on the film down in the comments section below. And while you're down there, let me know what your favorite possession/exorcism movie is that's not called The Exorcist or The Exorcist 3. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Thank you to all my patrons and channel members. I appreciate your generosity and support of my channel. Become a patron today and have a say in what content appears on my channel. Join me for monthly live streams and much more. Become a channel member today and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream. Both those links are in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.